Good evening. Please stand and remain standing for the processional posting of colors, Pledge of Allegiance, and National Anthem.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good evening. Please be seated. Parents, platform guests, and most importantly, the class of 2020, let me welcome you to the commencement exercises for Baker High School. At this time, I take great pleasure in introducing our platform guests. Please stand and be recognized as your name is called. Mr. Cressel Threadgill, Superintendent, Mobile County Public Schools. Dr. William Foster, District 5 School Board Commissioner. Dr. Lakeisha Brackens, Deputy Superintendent of Academics. Mr. Larry Mouton, Assistant Superintendent. 12th grade counselor, Ms. Christy Matthews. 11th grade counselor, Ms. Heather Weaver. Your valedictorian, Destiny Cheatwood. And your salutatorian, David Phelps. At this time, Dr. Foster will come forward and address our graduates.
Congratulations to all of the Baker High School graduates. You've come through a very difficult time in our history. No other graduating class has ever experienced what you have, but you've come forward and you've come through with flying colors. We are so very proud of you. On behalf of the school board, our superintendent, Mr. Threadgill, and all of the people who have striven so hard to help you through this difficult time, and to you, the graduates of Baker High School, the best of luck in the future, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Foster. At this time, our valedictorian, Destiny Cheatwood, and salutatorian, David Phelps, will deliver their commencement speeches to their classmates.
All right, one more time. Okay. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the Baker High School class of 2020 for making it to this milestone, and I want to wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors, whatever they may be. Secondly, I just want to say I'm not used to giving speeches, and I'm also not very good at it. So if my voice shakes, just try to ignore that. And I know if I was in the audience right now, I would want this to be short, so I'm going to keep it short, and I'm going to keep it straightforward. In the days leading up to me writing this speech, I had no idea what I wanted to write about. I went through all the options and considered what the most deep and meaningful thing I could possibly say was, but I didn't really feel like I had anything deep or meaningful to say. At that point, I realized I was kind of overthinking it, and I decided to simplify it a little and just talk about the thing that I would want to hear the most in a graduation speech. Now, it's been talked about before by much more articulate people than me, but my cliche graduation speech message to you all is to just be nice to each other. It sounds really simplistic, but that's all I can really say about it. Treat other people like people, regardless of whatever made-up distinctions we think separate them. Be willing to listen to other people and their ideas, and be willing to stand up for them and their rights. Generally, just don't do anything evil, because doing evil is probably not good. The most important thing I have to say, though, is be tolerant of other people. Other people, oddly enough, aren't in the same place you are. This is something that took me a surprisingly long time to figure out, and I'm still working on it every day. I was reminded of this whole thing by an incident that happened a few days ago. I was in my room and I saw a very large spider on my wall. I don't like spiders, so my first instinct was to kill it. But I didn't kill it. I just let it go on with what it was doing. The spider is probably still in my room, but I don't really care anymore. I've learned to coexist with it. I could have killed it, but what would I really gain from that? Would it be more important than what the spider was losing? Really, the spider has just as much right to exist as I do, and it wasn't really hurting anybody in the first place. We don't always agree on things, but I learned to tolerate it. I know people aren't the same as spiders, but it's the same principle. People have different perspectives, which is what's great about people. From personal experience, most of us tend to be very angry and intolerant towards people who aren't actually causing any harm. I don't think intolerance is something that we can necessarily solve, but it's something all of us can try to individually work on. We can consider what our prejudices are and actively try to combat them. We can expose ourselves to new experiences and ideas that might give us a new outlook on the world, and we can end up a much stronger community because of it. I didn't want to talk about the coronavirus, but honestly, it's hard not to. In recent history, the scale of the pandemic is essentially unparalleled, and it's caused major changes in the way we all go about our lives. But through all the bad that it's brought, it also seems to be bringing out the good in people. Millions of dollars have been raised for charities dedicated to fighting the virus globally. Communities are banding together to give aid to those who might not be able to afford food or supplies. Medical workers across the world are endlessly working to save lives every day. Overall, the coronavirus has brought out a sense of community. We're seeing each other not as strangers, but almost as extensions of ourselves due to our shared experiences. We're learning that together we're all much stronger than when we're apart, and we're hopefully learning to understand each other better through that. So to recap, look out for other people and make an effort to understand people for who they are and accept that, because that's what's going to make us stronger both during the pandemic and beyond. That's all I really have to say. Lastly, I want to thank my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandparents, and all of my friends. And once again, I want to say congratulations to the Baker High School class of 2020. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Destiny Cheatwood, and I'm proud and honored to be standing in front of you as the valedictorian of the 2020 class of Baker High School. I can see some of the look on your faces, and I know exactly what you're thinking. What is this blondie doing on stage? And I agree. What in the world am I doing standing on this stage? So maybe we should start from the beginning. Freshman year. Freshman year was interesting, to say the least, but life in the annexes was practically royalty, right? We are excited to be able to eat outside in 80-degree weather, not walk in straight lines, and wear t-shirts every day of the week. We shortly found out that our cafeteria would not break out in song like High School Musical. The only thing that broke out in our cafeteria was food fights, or fights over who would be first in line to get chili Crispitos. But life was simple and complicated at the same time. We painted our faces for football games to scream "Go Hornets," while the seniors screamed at us to move to the back of the student section. We experienced our first blacklight pep rally together, where I notably got a bread loaf thrown at my face. We had 3 long years ahead of us, and we were just now discovering our passions and our identities. We wrote letters to our future senior selves where we enclosed our dreams, our plans, our crushes, and our favorite songs. I told my future self, "You better be number 1 or number 2 in your class." And since that day, I strive to make little 14-year-old Destiny proud. We all made our insecure and confused freshman selves proud by simply sitting here today. We waited patiently and worked diligently so we become the top dogs at Baker High. We thought once we reached senior year, we would have everything figured out. And boy, were we wrong. Senior year was the year things got real. Stress for the future swallowed us whole sometimes, but we pushed through each day with eagerness to make it to this very day, graduation day. That is what makes us different. Our ability to weave through the uncertainty of life with not only willingness, but with pure courage and strength. Class of 2020, thank you. Thank you for being uniquely you. Thank you, administrators and faculty, for working diligently to give us our special day during this unprecedented time. Thank you, Mr. Peru, for your unwavering support in all our high school endeavors. Thank you, Ms. Agnew, for not only teaching me the derivative of 6x squared, but teaching me to love learning again and to love myself on the worst days. By the way, the answer is 12x. I haven't forgot yet. Thank you to my family and friends who supported me and believed in me. Thank you to my Lord and Savior for not allowing me to know the answers all the time. He knew, even when I questioned him, that my future required me to face obstacles in the present to have the future he planned for me. And last but not least, I would like to thank my beautiful and selfless mother, Shauna Cheatwood. Without your sacrifices, I would not be standing on this stage today. Without your so-called laugh therapy and encouragement, I would have given up. I hope and strive I can be half the woman you are one day. My mom always shared this quote with me by Tim Tebow, and I think it holds true in not only school, but in everyday life. Hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. So to finally answer your question why I'm standing on this stage, I took my mom's advice to not waste my talent, but instead apply it. The combination of hard work and God-given talent is always a recipe for success. And to all the people that never believed in me, I owe a special thanks to you. Because of you, I worked endless nights studying. I learned to put my whole being into anything I strive to accomplish. Nothing is impossible with grit, determination, and perseverance. So graduates, I commend you on your strength to prove certain people or situations in your life wrong. But graduates, remember your family, friends, and teachers who believed in you and hugged them, or maybe an air hug, because the CDC says so. To be quite blunt, you've learned a lot of pointless information here at Baker. You've learned that the powerhouse of the cell is the mitochondria, and that Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. And maybe you will never use that information again, but the windowless Baker High School taught you more than just irrelevant information. It taught you to build friendships, believe in yourself, push yourself, and to survive in this odd stimulated environment which is called high school. These lessons entail irreplaceable memories that shaped your morals and your personality. So finally, class of 2020, I dare you to defy odds. I dare you to stare fear in the face and manifest all the hardships into something beautiful. I challenge you to take all the conforming statistics that try and prove you wrong and prove them wrong. You are more than a statistic or another soul in the fast-paced world. You have purpose. You have potential that is practically begging to be unlocked. You are hope, and you are just now getting started. And let's be honest, you may never be the most richest woman in the world, but you may never be the most good-looking either, no matter how much you face to. And you may never be the smartest either. But you know what you can be? You can be an overcomer. You can be a warrior. And you can be compassionate, brave, kind, ambitious, or whatever other adjective or statement that defines what it's like to be a good person. Material things, fame, recognition, and accomplishments all fade within your lifetime. So I encourage you to all leave a legacy far deeper than the surface. Adversity will come, and struggles will too, but you are no stranger to misfortune. You are the author of your own life story, and you own the right to every page. Some chapters sting to read, some chapters make you smile, and some chapters still need a little editing. So class, what will you write next? What legacy are you writing to leave behind? Maybe you don't know yet, and maybe you do. So pick up your pen and start writing. Your story is worth being heard and read cover to cover, and I want you to never forget that. I challenge you to spend your small infinity on this earth with people that make your small infinity feel infinite. I challenge you to not only collect small, precious moments, but to remember your humble beginnings. Each of us may not share a lot in common, but we're all asking ourselves the same question. What will I be for the rest of my life? What profession do I belong in? Will I be a doctor, serve in the military, be a teacher? Who knows? But class, I want to leave you with a deeper question and a far much more important one. Who do you want to be? So forget the societal pressures of stressing about the what in your life and focus on the who. Once you decide you want to be tenacious, driven, bold, independent, and kind, or whatever you personally want to be known as, the what in your life will fall right into place. And I want you to leave you with a Bible verse that I was given at birth. Timothy 4:12 states, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." God has an individualized future for all of us. I can't wait to see the amazing things we will accomplish, but most importantly, the people we will positively impact. Congratulations, class of 2020. We somehow found a way to graduate in the middle of a global pandemic.
At this time, we will begin awarding diplomas. Every student deserves the opportunity to have their name heard and be recognized. Please be courteous and mindful of this as we present our graduates with their diplomas.
Hannah Marie Wilson. Nalani Marie Machuca. Harrison Brooks McIver. Jade Elizabeth Madison. Laura Catlin McGuire. Dominic Mean-Luke Mai. Dylan Majors. Miracle Anjanae Majors. Sarah Elizabeth Malinowskis. Hollis Edward Mallory. Cameron Jamal Manuel. Benjamin Markovic. Guadalupe Josefina Martinez. Victoria Elizabeth Martino. Mark Austin Mason. James Watson McAdams. Arthur James McBride. Maurice DeCarl McCarty. Kennedy Olivia McCaskey. Kalisha Patrice McCorvey. Gabrielle Katura McCovery. Quantarius Trayvon McCullough. Brady Stone McDonald. Matthew James McElhaney. Julia Adele McKenzie. Joseph Gunnar McCurchie. Cole Dylan McKinney. Cortland Valeria McMeans. Jakendra Shanice McMillan. Japiria Trishinda Monet McMillan. Alirica Latitiana McNeil. Grant Joseph McQueen. Kayla Grace McSwain. Kenzie Claire Meeks. Evan Michael Miller. Trenton Lynn Miller. Herman Tyler Minga. Janae Vache Mitchell. Carl Anthony Mitchell. Kayla Monique Mitchell. Shaler Kathleen Mitchell. Sarah Grace Mize. Deshaun Javelle Mobley. Ethan Lee Moons. Quentin DeRay Moore. Benjamin Leo Moorer.
JC Jane Crystal Morgan. Did I forget? Claire Elizabeth Morgan. Flip 'em. Zachary Michael Morgan. Rachel Andrea Morizette. David Terrell Mosley. Ashton Blake Munitz. Hannah Grace Murphy. Sandria Juanita Murphy. Hayden Gray Murr. Drew Taylor Murray. Chantel Rumbadzai Musamaida. Dylan Andrew Myers. Jordan Lee Miles. Kennedy Renee Myrick. Alec Nafea. Diana Nasser. Mabel Leanne Nevada Garza. Johan Herman Ndede Etame. Jasmine Aaliyah Nettles. Ethan William Wynn. Nicholas Van Wynn. Tamara Vo Wynn. Teen Nut Wynn. Victor Bui Wynn. Kenneth Wee Win Chim. Soshi Benin Nicholson. Derek Dumont Nobles. Devin Demetrius Nobles Jr. Yvette Ishimiana. Joseph Bernard Nigra. Caleb James O'Brien. Russell Austin Oaks. Ryan Sean O'Hara. Brianna Michelle Owen. Symeria Nakaya Palmore. Laura Valentina Ponche Toro. Carly Elite Pinelli. Jose Joaquin Pardo Grandos. Caleb Mitchell Parker. Mary Potter Parch. John Kyla May Patonog Pasqua. Talia Wanda Pate. Ria Kiran Patel. Shreya Patel. Braylon Ashanti Patterson. Corian DeAnthony Patterson. Tia Nicole Patterson. Dylan James Christian Holiday.
Yanni Edgardo Perez. Mackenzie Alana Piran. Jasmine Renee Perryman. Jalen Raheem Petway. Mai Fongti Pham. Tien Fan. Caden Michael Phillips. Colin Wade Pierce. Julia Lee Pierce. Shunirayon Meadow Pippins Curtis. Bailey Elaine Pistoli. Kaylin Ashley Pledger. William Nathaniel Lane Polk. Brooklyn Lee Poole. Jordan Scott Porter. Bianca Monet Powell. Deja Imani Powell. Maximus Latrell Powell. Michaela Danielle Powell. Monte Demetrius Pritchett. Tajay Jarrell Pritchett. Alyssa Diane Proctor. Letitia Vashon Pugh. Trenton Valor Ramos. Gabriel Michael Randolph. Garcia Kent Randolph. Amaya Shimon Ransom. Jaden Ryan Lagon Ransom. Jaden Lee DeLucia Ray. Kendall Samantha Ray. Nicholas Avery Reed. Sierra Michelle Reichert. Cheyenne Lachey Reno. Javier David Reyes Ablon. Alyssa Dawn Reynolds. Charles Brandon Rice. Leonard Terry Richards. Emma Richardson. Jasmine Rayanne Richardson. Wilson Christopher Ricks. Argenis Samuel Rita. Noah Chase Robbins. Bailey Allison Roberts. Olivia Renee Roberts. Charles Alexander Robinson. Christian Tashelle Robinson. Jillian Annalise Robinson.
Jeremy Ryan Rogers. Caleb Andrew Rodriguez. Damian Alexander Rowe. Thomas Lamar Roan. Carson Ranger Rose. Malaya May Rao. Kaylin Elizabeth Sanders. Corey Alexander Sauls. Harrison Ray Saunders. Colby Bradford Scarborough. Donovan Kelly Scott. Riley Cameron Sellers. Nicholas Warren Selman. Winston Devon Shavers. Caitlin Delaney Shook. Jacob William Schrader. Ariana Jasmine Sadiq. Aiden Silva. Oscar Fernando Silva. Alexandria Melissa Simmons. Caitlin Leanne Simmons. Zykeria Maria Hope Simon. Mason David Simpson. Elena Jillian Sims. Riley Kate Sims. Landon Paul Singley. Colby Michael Slade. Davis John Slyman. Kaylee Marie Slyman. Jakiria Antonisha Small. Colin Alexander Smith. Leah Ravel Smith. Logan Thomas Smith. Sean Michael Smith. Tamaya Smith. Taylor Renee Smith. Vincent Renard Smith. Jalen LaDasia Sneed. Ruchi Mukesh Sapariwala. Julieta Soria Silva. Kennedy Monet Spears. Cameron Nikita Spencer. Jared Nicholas Spires. Victoria Morgan Sporno. Janelle Elizabeth Stallworth. Cameron Keandre Stallworth. Diamond Simone Stewart. Chandria Jashayla Stewart. Haley Marie Stewart.
Justin Ray Stewart. Ethan Ross Stockman. Dalton Allen Stokes. Derry Elizabeth Straight. Austin David Sullivan. Nicholas Chase Summerlin. Cameron Delaney Tate. Taylor Alexis Tanner. Cassandra Annalise Taylor. Christopher Otis Sutton Taylor. Dayton Tonnen Taylor. Catherine Clark Taylor. Emma Elizabeth Thomas. Jaden Sully McKinnon Thompson. Haley Marie Tidwell. Kellis Javon Timmons. Janaya Andrea Todd. Destin Jawan Tolbert. Tremont Lamont Tompkins. Travonta DeLance Towers. Nee Sherry Tran. Tin Trung Tan. Luis Ariel Trochet. Emily Elizabeth Trosclair. Alexis Brianna Tucker. Madison Lee Tyler. Alyssa Javon Van. Brandon Matthew Bernardo. Caitlin Riley Varnador. Gunnar Bryce Velan. Javier Mija Vendetti. Kaya Marie Vendetti. Gabrielle Elizabeth Gonzalez Vegas. Jalen Joyce Waiters. Carson Ashton Waldrop. Hannah Grace Walker. Jasmine Alexandria Walker. Matthew Blake Walker. Molly Ray Walter. Kendall Jared Watson. Greg James Weatherly. Nathan Patrick Weaver. Ethan Michael Weber. Destiny Star Weed. Lamia Alexandria Kennedy Weeks. Sierra Welch. Courtney Lynn Wells. Kaylee Noel Wells. Garrett Nicholas Weskovich. Alec Blade Watley. Clark James Wheeler. Dakari Deshaun White. Elizabeth Rose White. Iron LaShawn White. Joseph Brantley White. Kelsey Amora White. Samantha Skylar White. Thomas Mitchell White. Kaylin Kathleen Wiggins Eatman. James Frank Wiley. Kishan Karis Wiley. DeMarquez Tremaine Williams. Jacqueline Markel Williams. Jamira Shanika Williams. Matthew Brian Williams. Savannah Lynn Williams. Tamira Elizabeth Williams. Taravia Denise Williams. Jordan Lee Wilson. Markayla Arlise Winbush. Demetrius Winchester. James Edwin Wingate. Julia Elizabeth Wingate. Naquan Marquise Winston. Ireland Michelle Womack. Darius Lamar Woods. Rachel Rhodes Woodworth. Harley Elizabeth Young. Nishimwe Zachariah.
Let me take this opportunity to thank all the Mobile County Public School employees that were here today to make this graduation possible. In case you didn't notice, the weather was a little questionable at times, but it took a whole group working together today to make this happen. So thank you to all the Mobile County Public School employees. Now, with that being said, class of 2020, please stand. Move your tassel to the left side. By the power vested in me by the state of Alabama, I now declare you graduates of Baker High School, class of 2020. Please remain standing for the alma mater and remain standing for the recessional.
Show you.